I don't know how to read solfege, but I can read all the notes and sing.
Well, solfege would be something that'd be difficult for having perfect pitch to do. When did you figure out that you had this?
When I was 12 years old, because I grew up playing in church, and these are the days of tape cassettes, and they would play whenever the organist wouldn't, show up. They would play the cassette. Which all that music has seemed to disappear from the church. I don't really understand why. It's really catchy and great. But when you hear it over and over and over again, you tend to just remember it, like reading a paragraph. Like if you read like a passage of a book enough times, you're going to memorize it. So I always looked at music in the same way. If you hear something a number of times, you're going to memorize it. So I thought that everybody could do it. And when, I guess the tape machine didn't work one day, or the organist didn't show up, and I decided to show off and run up there and play the entire Mass from memory. And that was when I was 12 years old, but under the assumption that it was just like a normal human thing to do.
Did you play piano already? Had you taken lessons or anything, or no?
Yeah. I had just, I had been playing jazz for 2 years.
Okay.
But, primarily classical piano, which I'm probably a little rusty at now, but just loving hearing Moment's Notice. Moment's Notice.
Yeah.
Ooh, those are, I know those are 2/5 chords. Like it just felt like a swirl to me, and I always loved learning songs that had that. But same thing with that too. I would read the fake books, but I would much prefer listening to the CD and just memorizing it.
Would you do it and play the piano along with it, or you could just hear it and remember what it was and just play it?
I would remember it better if I didn't have the piano in front of me. If I just listened to it 5-10 times in a row and then be like, okay, I got it. And then I could go to the piano. For whatever reason, if I had the piano and I was trying to remember it, it wouldn't come as easy. But I would just play it over and over again and then.
When you do your thing where you talk about, you were showing how things are pitched up and things like that, right? You just said it like Instagram thing like that. When you heard things that were out of pitch, like that, sped up or slowed down, did it bother you?
It didn't bother me. I was just fascinated by it. I remember there was this radio station, 101.1 WCBS FM, still exists, and they would make music faster,
speed it up
so they could play more music in between the ads. And I remember listening to the "You and Me Used to Be Together" by Don't Speak, I Know This What You're Thinking. Wonderful song, but Don't Speak. I heard Don't Speak, Don't Speak.
Oh.
Like I would hear it like a little sharp.
Yeah.
And I would ask my mom, like, why does it sound different on the radio than it does on the CD? And they couldn't really answer that for me at the time.
Now, who said, Charlie, you have perfect pitch? Was there a teacher that said this?
Yes. There was a teacher named Min Kim, who was my classical piano teacher at Manhattan School of Music, who told me I had this. And I remember asking her, like, if I don't practice listening, am I going to forget it? And she says, no, it stays with you for a lifetime, which, controversial take, who knows? But it hasn't left me since.
There's a lot of Beatles songs that are pitched differently. There's a lot of old music, and they would speed the things up to, as you said it,
sweeten the audio. Yeah.
Sweeten the audio. I always thought that, in people that I've interviewed that have made those classic records, a lot of times they do it to where they want the groove to be a little bit faster, whatever. But it wouldn't bother you that it was out of tune.
No, because nothing bothers me if it's all out of tune.
Right, if it's uniformly.
Like, I just bought this pianette from 1960, and unfortunately during its delivery it kind of fell. Okay. So half of the piano was completely out of tune, but the other half of the piano, there's only 77 keys on it, but the other half is completely in tune. I won't touch it until it's completely fixed, because it like makes me sad. Like, but if it were all out of tune, like this is perfectly in tune. This is a crispy Yamaha perfectly in tune piano.
Is it 2 in tune?
There is such a thing as 2 in tune.
That add 9 chord there is I can tell it doesn't have any beating in it at all.
No, it's quite, but they probably tuned this. Did you guys tune this today?
I got tuned today, yeah.
Yeah, I can tell, like it's perfect. That's fine, but if a guitarist comes in and it's really off and they didn't tune it, I'm gonna obviously have an issue with that. But if it's like 5 cents down, that's kind of cool. Could make the record a little wider.
Speaking of that, when harmonies are perfectly tuned, if you use auto tune and you tune things to a tuning grid, let's say it.
Yeah.
Does it, because there's no kind of natural chorusing,
right?
Do you think it makes things sound smaller?
Absolutely, it does. It's we just recorded a orchestra on this album, Whatever's Clever. I promise I'm not trying to sneak it in. This is a good example.
I have it right here.
There you go. We had 19 orchestral members and not 20 because we were so nervous in like the small space. It was like about this, and that's really geeky. 20 would have been fine, but 19 just felt a little, I don't know if it's like placebo, it's just like it felt wider. It felt like a little less perfect, having not a perfect number in there. But yes, when you tune the hell out of your vocals, I think it also takes the emotion. I've definitely overtuned my vocals in the past on past works.
If something is tuned and it sounds, will you say something like, let's not tune that so much, can we untune these things or whatever, or will you sing things specific on purpose, slightly flat or something to make it double sound fatter? Or do you not really think about it?
I'm not really thinking about it like that. If it's too tuned, in all honesty, if I'm doing the vocal production, I just delete it and re-sing it because I probably live with it at that point for a couple of weeks, and I'm more relaxed in my delivery of it. I'll do that sometimes. I'll spend so much time working on a lead vocal and just like punching in, and it's just like it starts to lose its naturalness. It's like you always strive for things to sound like take 4 or take 5, just completely. So after that, I'm just like, let's just do a take now that I'm acquainted with the song, and then it feels that ends up being the take.
Do you think that the average listener that listens to pop music, that there's only a certain level of complexity that they can accept for pop music?
I mean, if you listen to "She Loves You," yeah, 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 she loves you.
Well, that doesn't have complex harmony. But if you did,
but when you, yeah, yeah,
that's
yeah,
right. Yes.
That's. I mean, it's not complex, but that's for a song of that lyrical, like "She loves you," yeah, 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 she loves you, yeah, 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 she loves you, yeah, yeah, yeah. To have that little twist in there, that little almost Beach Boys, to that resolve is. I think that's a, no, I don't think, I think in popular music always begs to have like some little twist in it. You don't have to put yourself in a box.
You used to do a lot of TikTok things, and well, I mean, I guess you post them to all different things, but you would show kind of your production process.
Yeah.
And when I was first starting to post on Instagram and stuff, I'd look at what you did.
Oh,
and
really?
I thought that I was like, oh, Charlie really knows how to do something and present an idea in 30 seconds. You produce like you would do a production idea or something. You're working on a song. I wonder if I did this, and then maybe I used to sound like this, and I did this.
Yeah, kind of the reverse engineering, visual engineering at the time. Yeah, some of those were. Some of them were pre-planned, but not spent hours beforehand. It was, when I say pre-planned, it meant me getting a soda at Conway, where I was basically living at the time, and thinking, okay, if I do that, I have a mental checklist. Okay, let's just record this, that, so we have it in our back pocket. Okay, record, here we go. Take 1. And then I do the claps and I line up everything. There's some pre-stuff that goes into it, but for the most part, it was really like happenstance, like, oh, let's like, and then on take 4, I'm like, wait, I'm gonna redo that. I'm I'm going to use a different sound or something. I kind of go with the flow a little bit.
Tell me about the relationship of social media and how you actually promote your music. I don't just mean you, I mean just artists in general nowadays, contemporary artists, and how they use social media to promote their music. And if it's changed even in the last 3 years or so, is it any different than it was?
Yeah, it's definitely changed I think it's changed in the last month. It's
Explain.
meaning, I think the one thing I will say, that the thing that is always going to stay true is that a good song is a good song. I don't think anybody should be adjusting their music to the likes of social media. If like 100 people vote in like, I don't like that drum snare, I played with that a little bit and be like, should I release this? I knew damn well I was going to release it. I just wanted to gauge interest and or compare a song. Should this song come out first, or should this song come out first? Because the record labels didn't really even. There was a point in time where I was given a list. You're going to go to this radio station. You're going to go to this person. You're going to shake. You're going to make sure you say hello to this person because they're going to give you all the spins. And that doesn't really. It exists, but it comes a little bit later in the cycle now. Radio is still like a really important thing for every artist. It's just like it can come in the beginning, it can come in the middle, it can come in the end, whereas it needed to come in the very beginning. But I don't know, I remember making music for MySpace and getting excited when 10,000 people would go in my SoundClick that was linked to it, and I would go to ustream.tv and blog TV and like, you know, document the process of making that song live. It's all the same stuff. But the thing that's remained the same is if the song is going to resonate with people, it's going to resonate with people.
And what makes a song resonate with people?
I think a push and pull constantly.
Okay. For example?
Like you listen to... like voice leading. That's like, especially on this brilliantly tuned piano, F sharp minor, da, 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 like that. Even the most unmusical person, they can feel energetically that something is holding you and then releasing you, holding, releasing you. And when you have a bunch of hold and release, however people want to interpret that, in a 3-minute song, it's almost like a controlled explosion. Like a car engine is just a series of controlled explosions under the hood or wherever they are now. And it's just that packaged in a really nice song. And then you add lyrics that are part of a conversation that you said yesterday, not melodically. And then you have a melody that does like the dissonance and resolve too with the relatable lyric. I believe that could be what a hit song is.
When you have a hit song, is it easier to go back and say, well, this is probably why it's a hit, as opposed to before, where you're like, should this be a single? I don't know. And
I don't think anybody knows what it is. I don't think anybody would have predicted that if the Kate Bush record were in the Stranger Things episode, that there would be this renaissance of Gen Zers and Gen Alpha going and checking out Kate Bush records, and then them discovering that there's music that preceded the year 2010, and now even that is sounding kind of nostalgic and fun. I just know in the mechanics of the chords, if you listen to All Too Well by Taylor Swift, simplest chord progression. Where's it going? Where's it going? It's almost like it's begging, like the human body can predict where it's spiritually going before it happens, and that's why people sometimes are like, "Oh, I feel like I've heard this song before." It's like that's a whole different discussion. Maybe the song was written millions of years ago, and we're just songwriters tapping into
channeling it.
Yeah, channeling it to some other art form that existed many, many moons ago, but. I think when someone can anticipate which started out as a piano, like kind of a David Foster-y kind
Yeah.
of piano thing, and ended up turning into Stay by Kid Leroy and Justin Bieber. I just, right place, right time, maybe. Justin Bieber's a superstar, and Leroy is having a huge moment. Brilliant songwriters. Came out on a Friday night when everyone was on their phones. I don't know, it's just like kind of bullseye.
So you have a new record that's coming out.
I do. Whatever's Clever, my 4th album.
Tell me about the process of writing this, and what do you do when you're starting to write a new record? Do you have songs already sitting around kind of waiting for it, and then you just start adding to it typically?
Well, for the first time, I didn't have any songs in my head for this. I started with a blank slate with Blood Pop, and I wanted to work with Blood Pop on this record because I really wanted to be challenged musically. I very rarely sit at a piano and write a song because I can hear the chord before it hits my fingers. So it's best for me to hear a weird, ambiguous, almost non-instrument sometimes, and then turn it into music. There's a song Changes, which is what that record starts with. It's in F major. It has a very classic kind of Genesis, Phil Collins pedal F. But I didn't sit at the piano and be like, I'm gonna write a song called Changes. It's gonna sound pretty. And then it's gonna kind of break down into this Toto. Sounds great, and I can't wait to do it live, but the song started while Blood Pop was coding a game, doing something completely opposite from making music. I've never made music like this before. He was coding a game, kind of tapping into his subconscious while I was just playing chords, and then he gave me a sound. This is the best way I can describe it. He gave me a sound that I really couldn't describe, but it was playing that chord. Ding, 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 ding. Like, that should be a guitar, but it wasn't a guitar. It's ding, 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 ding. I don't know what it was. And then we took it out of his computer and then added the classical instrumentation.
Okay, let me actually play the song, Charlie.
Yeah, that might
How's
be.
that?
You know what I mean? It's like that's it. Then it turned into the guitar. Then it sounded classic like a band, but it originally started like as this like almost computer generated, but made by us humans. But it really computerized music.
The guitar sound that's happening here.
It's fake.
Yeah. Is that you playing it though?
Took the loop and melodined the notes.
Okay.
Lately, there's been something in the air. There's been a lot of smaller talks. When we were younger, we would share our fears. Now we're afraid of being mocked. I still can hear through all of the silence. Do you need any help calling like I did? There's been some changes in our life. I can feel the distance. Space and time has made everything different. Day and night, everything has changed, and I don't know why.
Okay, so Charlie, when I hear that, that chord there, what is it? It's like G over C. When it goes,
And in the chorus, there's been something in
yeah,
the
no,
air.
in the chorus part.
Oh yeah. Changes in our life, oh, I can feel the difference. Da 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 da.
I hear that seventh in there. It sounds like there's seventh and the ninth in there, and the what is it? G over C. Da da da.
Yeah, that
S.
one. Yeah.
That's G over C, right?
It's,
Is it G over C?
It's like F over
F
B
over
flat.
B flat.
Yeah,
Okay.
but like
See, I don't have perfect pitch, Charlie, but that's.
well, that's damn close. That's
But
like
F over B flat. So that, to me, that chord is the hook. Like when I hear that, I'm like, that's the hook. That's what makes me want to come back.
really
That particular thing, because of that dissonance in there. That dissonance, if you had straight B flat major, it doesn't have the same.
Absolutely.
It does not
Absolutely.
have the thing.
sounds lame. Absolutely,
Right?
it's there's a real, but like that's the emotion. That's what people attribute emotion.
It's that dissonance in there. You hear that seventh interval in there.
You listen to like Toto records.
I won't hold you back.
But there's part that the whole. You're right. The whole hook of that, like, lame.
Yes.
That's okay. So
Well,
that's
also
it.
the pre-chorus of that song, when they do this.
Woof.
And then it does.
I don't know lyrics. Ugh, so
Well,
like,
the other part of that that's great is that it goes, the bridge, the guitar solo thing, it's like E flat.
there's that reminds me like Eric Carmen all by myself. It's kind of same key too.
Steve Lukather told me when they were recording that song, they didn't have the bridge. So they were getting ready to record. He's like, oh, we need a bridge. And he sat down the piano, and in like 2 seconds, he wrote that.
You're not thinking. He probably wasn't overthinking.
Right.
I would assume he wasn't overthinking. That's so smart. A lot of my favorite songs have those dissonant moments, and they feel like the hook, just the instrumental.
Okay, I want to go back to this so people know what we're talking about when
Sure.
they're listening about that particular chord. What happens there?
Yeah.
Sounds like, and all the things we used to leave unsaid, I wish they were said in hindsight. I still can hear through all of the silence. Do you need any help calling like I did? There's been some changes in our life. I can feel the
Too much. This piano solo here. It's hard. No music.
Wait, so is it you playing that?
That is
Charlie?
me playing. I actually
Awesome.
reached out to Bruce Hornsby to see if he wanted to play on it, and I left that section blank. And he
So you
wrote,
played something that Bruce would have played then.
absolutely. And I was like, why not reach out to? Because this album is about honoring the musicians. You know why I'm here doing this. He wrote back a really nice email and said, I don't really know what I can add to this. This sounds like a done record. And I was like, wow, because maybe anybody else would be like, oh, I'll just like take a whack at it. But like he knew that, and I'm listening to it. I'm like, wait, it feels kind of done because I gave my
I
reference.
thought it was Bruce playing that. Like I didn't. I was
Yeah.
like, I wonder if Charlie's playing that or if Bruce Hornsby's playing it.
Yeah, that's the hard part, getting like in your left
Yeah.
hand. A lot of mushrooms while we were making that song, so it's probably where that came from.
So let's talk about the groove and things like that,
Yeah.
and how much you get involved with that, with programming and things like that. Tell me
Yeah.
your process with that.
Tons of program drums that again started on Blood Pop's gamer PC.
Yep.
Really like baked in loops. Like the kick has, even hearing it now, it's like has so much reverb on it. And most of the time my mixes are very clean and I make sure that they're all carved out perfectly. And he helps me do this too. He's made songs like that too, but we really wanted to make a mix that purposely felt slammed, that still felt dynamic, but
When you say slammed for people,
over like very compressed, like
yeah.
sounds very loud. When you
Yeah.
press play, it's like, whoa, there's
Yeah.
no room to breathe. but there is in like the bridge when we take all the music out and it's
Yeah.
just the drums. But the groove, I wanted it to feel like bongo-y. I wanted it to feel like a cassette deck, like a BMW in a hot summer day, and you can smell the leather or something. I wanted it to, like, I wanted the record to like smell like that, and it might sound crazy, but it's just like you need a groove if you want that to happen. If you want someone to feel something like that. And then we ended up, my friend Letty ended up playing actual bongos on it, and then my drummer in my band, Stanley, would play on top of the loops, and it was about not removing the loops, but kind of marrying the sounds together,
yeah.
and not having them, fight with each other. I think it was 3 tracks total: room track, hi-hat, dry kick, dry snare, and tuning the snare, and then I think boosting wherever the EQ band is, like 100, maybe right here, and just getting that snare like really punchy but a little thick. That's the...
Okay, when you are mixing a song like this, when you're involved with that, are you mixing, or you have a mixer? Who mixed the record?
Manny Marroquin and myself mixed the record. And
Are you there with Manny when he's doing it, or you go in when he's done with the track?
I purposely let Manny live with the song first.
Yep.
And Manny really makes it sound the way that it's supposed to sound. He has, decades and decades of purely mixing experience, and I believe he's like the best to do it. And just he's an emotional mixer, and that's why.
What does that mean?
Meaning that if something, like when he mixed Gravity by John Mayer, it had reverb on the vocal, and he's told this story, so I can tell this story. The reverb had like a 4-second tail on it, and
which is very long for people.
It's very long. It sounds it's echoey.
Yeah.
But he took it all off completely, and it was bone dry, and it made it feel like John was not screaming in your face, but it was just, and I'm sure John Mayer could tell it better, but it's just, the vocal felt so intimate and upfront, and because of that decision, I believe that's why the record sounds how it sounds. So that's an emotional choice. And when I told him that I wanted it to still feel dynamic, but slammed like a Johnny Hates Jazz record, remember the, you're giving me nothing but shattered dreams. If you, right from the jump on that record, drums in your face, synths, we're in 1989, it's all right up front. I wanted it to feel like that, and just a little warmer.
Let me play another song. I'll play the second track here.
Sure.
Beat yourself up.
Yeah. Big snare.
Since you were a boy, you took the weight of the world and held on to it till you fell to the ground like you had no choice.
Nice.
For musicians, this is fun to play along to.
So she would never feel the way you do now.
Free.
I know it gets and it always seems to go on. But it's okay, please don't beat yourself up or whatever you do, 'cause that doesn't do nothing but just break you too. Please don't beat yourself up. No, you made some mistakes, but you know it means something when you love one more day when you're 17.
It's like I practice restraint, in the, like that's for the live. But I could do that, but
Okay, so why would you not do that? Put like a sharp 9 chord like that in there.
I would have done it in the third chorus, but it just didn't.
Okay, why there? And because you could get away with it there.
My spirit didn't need it there. It just like that's the best way I can describe it. It's just I'll never do something for the sake of doing it. It has to emotionally feel right. I'm never gonna get in front of the board and be like, well, I'm a jazz pianist and I need to have as many jazz chords as possible. I'd rather sneak them in and still have it read jazz for all the Berkeley cats, but for my wife, it reads like a pop song.
You talked about the snare.
Mm-hmm.
Why is the snare such an important thing in songs?
Because it's the thing that hits you in the face. If the kick makes you move your... It's dancing, kick, snare. Kick makes you do this, snare makes you go back. I'm not a dancer, as you could probably imagine, but it's just the... Like, Give It To Me Baby by Rick James is not a song without that crispy kick. That's the best kick ever. It's placed so perfectly. But there are, like, if you listen to Brick by Ben Folds 5, oof, great song. There's that to me is the hook too. That's so smart what you said before. If you put the Rick James kick in there, that's gonna sound terrible.
Right.
What sounded better is like the Rufus Wainwright kind of like brushy kit that almost doesn't even like read his drums. It's because it's just about Ben's voice. It's a 6 a.m. day after.
They're not home to find us out.
And we drive. Oh my God, that song is so good. I love music. You know what I mean? Like, it just that snare works there.
Okay, so when you're working on a tune like this, is the drum groove there at the beginning, and then well, you might have the song, and then you find the groove that goes with it, or do you swap out the snare until you find something right?
No, we knew that we wanted to have a big obnoxious snare.
Yeah,
like kind of
it's like an 80s snare or something.
Yeah,
like
like I Want to Dance with Somebody. Max Martin was the one who told me to make the snare louder. I played this song for him in its early stages in Sweden. He was like, it's got to be even louder, like What Have You Done For Me Lately? Janet Jackson, Jimmy Jam, Terry Lewis. And I listen to that. That thing is, that even for the 80s, that's loud.
Yeah, super.
That was like super loud.
Super loud.
You never be afraid of a loud snare. That's my motto.
Okay, so is the drum groove, is that one of the most important things in the production? Beyond the melody and the lyrics and things like that?
Yes, just because of my hip hop background, and that's what I started in production world. The 808, whatever, if it calls for it, it's like really, that can make or break a song. I remember making a song called Slow Motion for Trey Songz back in 2015, and the kick wasn't right, and then Manny fixed the kick and made it just wider somehow, but like even punchier, and he still won't tell me how he did it, but that's fine.
Okay, so when Manny's mixing a song, do you send him notes? Do you go in, do you hang with him and listen, and you say, I like this, can we do this?
Yeah, after he has his time with the song privately, then I can come in after he's done his thing, because I mean, I wouldn't want anyone, over my shoulder while I'm, while the song is, being written. So I leave him like a weekend.
Okay, what's the ultimate listening space? Do you have to take it out and listen to it in a bunch of places, or?
I listen to it on my I have speakers like this, the ATCs. in my studio, which I really trust. I love the ATCs. And then I just, I think the new age Oratone is just sticking the phone up to your ear.
Yeah.
I remember at Berkeley, they used to, those little Oratones, they were kind of meant for like to simulate what it sounded like on the radio, like the boombox or something. I believe that's just the...
Somebody said to me earlier, I did an interview earlier today, and somebody was like, this is the new NS10. So I was like, Yeah. Now, when you put the phone up, do you put it, if you put it in landscape mode, it plays it in stereo?
Yeah, like, sometimes I'll sometimes just kind of put it, I don't want to damage my ears, so I never slam it up against my ear, but phone like right in the middle, and then it kind of gives you a little stereo picture almost. But that's how people are listening to it. I've listened to my music on broken speakers before, my friends' cars, I don't know. But I think the phone is great. I have the NS10s too, but I rarely use them.
What do you like about these ATC monitors that we're listening through here?
They're honest, but they have a little fun to them. They have like not too much color. Oh, and you can crank them too. As I talk about not damaging my ears. Yeah. You can crank them pretty loud. I like Focal speakers too. My favorite speaker was the KRK Rocket while Focal was making them, like the early 2000s KRK.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's some on Reverb. Those are really good too.
They just went up in price.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I don't know because of me, but like they're really good. They're genuinely great speakers. But I just think I never want my monitor to be too honest because I like to have fun.
Yeah.
Those are honest enough and they have a little color in them that just gives me some confidence.
Okay, and how loud do you have to be able to crank it? Come on, you'll listen loud,
Not,
right?
I'll listen pretty damn loud,
Yeah.
but not while the song is being written.
Yeah. But afterwards, you want to make sure it holds together at a loud volume, too?
Yeah, absolutely. But like when I say I don't listen to it loud right away, even when I'm excited about the song, like
Yeah.
when I made "Boy," which is one of my favorite songs I ever made. It's like a rainbow of chords. Even when I was excited about that, self-restraint. I never cranked it because I wanted to make sure that the synth was sitting right. I wanted to make sure that my vocals weren't too tuned. I wanted to make sure, because I think blasting something while a song is being written is kind of an insecurity thing. That's just my opinion. It's really, when I'm showing music to friends, I'll blast it, but when it's by myself, I just kind of keep it quiet.
Do you have any particular friends that you kind of want to see what their reaction to a song is?
Definitely my parents.
Okay.
Who are my friends. I like, my sister manages me. I like playing music for my sister and my brother. And
What if they don't like something?
oh, they let me know. I know when
anything about
Michaela
it?
doesn't like something when she doesn't respond.
Okay.
Yeah. She was like, oh, it's cool. Like, I remember I played her Changes. She really liked Changes. So that made me happy. And when my dad doesn't like something, he goes like this. I'm like, ugh, okay, can't let that happen.
You have a song here that has Kenny G on it.
Yes, that's track 3, right? That's
I'm gonna
track
play
3,
it, yeah.
Cry, featuring Kenny G.
Promise I'm not trying to scare you. I know this life can be a lot, and you'll get caught up in your thoughts like my father. But he told me, whatever hurt you come across, you better get up when you fall.
Just holding it.
And through the ebbs and flows, life is a push and pull. But for a tree to grow, sometimes it just has to rain. It's not for nothing, feeling something. You know everybody cries, cry, cry, cry. It doesn't matter, you don't have to ever keep it all inside. Cry, cry, cry.
Okay, so Charlie, you have a bunch of those chords in there that have those little crunchy things in them, right?
Yeah,
those
I mean,
dissonances.
the most notable one being the Juno that you just hold it.
Yeah.
To me, there's a difference, and like, ugh, because it gets weird. It's low. It gets clustery,
Yeah.
like too much, like too muddy.
In the chorus, so play the changes in the chorus. Yeah. Beautiful. Okay, so without this dissonance, those little dissonances, playing those chords more straight.
Ugh. You lose all of the.
You lose I mean, to me, it loses everything.
I think it loses everything.
Yeah, it loses everything.
Chords are I'll stand by this. Chords are the most important thing
Yes,
in music.
yes.
Lyrics too, but there's a reason why Dylan's lyrics stand out, why Neil Young's lyrics stand out. Like Old Man, Take a Look at My Love. He sneaks that little G in there.
Yeah.
Oh man,
It's a Bill Evans chord.
Yeah.
Oh man, look at my life, I'm alive. What do you like better? Old man, look at my. Now it sounds like a show tune.
Right.
There's nothing wrong with that, but like, man, it's like introspective when you add this little G in there for some reason. And why, I don't know. It's just human feeling. We all want to be emotionally understood, and maybe that G is what made him feel understood. That sounds like Country Road by James Taylor.
Because it is.
That is what it is. But yeah, that's a Cry featuring Kenny G. And oh my God, he plays the best solo ever.
Okay, what made you think about getting Kenny G on it?
Because it's fun, and music can have it wasn't meant to be like a. I think the thing with Kenny G sometimes post. When he did the Christmas stuff and like, you know, like all the Titanic stuff, it's kind of like on the nose, like Boys Club, like, haha, funny, it's Kenny G. But Kenny G is a phenomenal musician, and he is so precise in his diction and his intention in laying down a solo. And I just thought the song felt appropriately on the nose, but actually musically what it needed. It didn't. I already did a piano solo on Changes. I'm not going to, on track 3, do yet another piano solo. It's just, and it's kind of shocking too. He kind of comes in and just wails in. It's just soaring, and it does all the things that it's supposed to do.
Let me ask you something here.
I love this one. This is my fun song.
Okay, wait, just talk about this. You have
Michael McDonald,
Kenny Loggins.
and Kenny Loggins on Love in Exile, which is the title that Kenny came up with, and found out why as we were, he just said, we're writing a song called Love in Exile. I'm like, it sounds like a title of a book. It was very simple. The guys came over. And I was playing something good, but it wasn't killing us. Again, why I shouldn't start a song with just the piano. I was playing something nice, but like you can't really lock in emotionally over chords like that sometimes when there's in the inception of the song. And Kenny came over and kind of medium whispered in my ear, I think you should let Mike play the keyboard. and he said, what change, although you were there. Oof. It's like when I heard and he went, the same, so strange, darling. Something like love, love. And I was like, oh shit! Like, and so I find myself.
Charlie, did you know those guys before that?
No, I didn't. I would just imitate them. I didn't know them.
That was a good Michael McDonald there. That was good, both those guys.
Yeah, you spend enough time with them, you start to anybody you spend enough time with, you start to do impressions of their simple.
Was it strange when you heard Michael McDonald's speaking voice? Because when I interviewed him and I'd heard him speak before, but it's like you talk to him at first and then you just are looking at it, it's like, that's the same guy?
Yeah. I mean, I kind of understood where his voice came from in his speaking voice. He was very reserved, and he came 20 minutes early. And he was like, he had like the air in his voice. Am I too early? I'm like, no, let's chat. How's it going? And then Kenny came over, and I can kind of identify everyone's singing voice in their speaking voice. It was just a pleasure to be around those guys. You can't make a slightly yacht rock inspired album and not put the guys who invented it on the album.
What does yacht rock mean to people? I mean, people use that term all the time. Mm-hmm. I've interviewed a lot of the guys. I don't hate to use that term, but yacht rock people.
Sure, yacht rock people.
I mean, Christopher Cross.
Yeah. Oh my God. I mean, those dissonant chords make you feel like you're on the ocean. Like this.
That's actually a weird. The fact that that's an open tuning on guitar and he came up with it on guitar. It's a very pianistic kind of thing.
It is.
Which I didn't realize that he did. I had never figured it out on the guitar. I mean, I knew what the notes were and stuff, but when he was at my studio and he played it,
Wow.
and I thought, there's not another guitar song that's like that. That it really is very specific, and it really sounds like it was written on the piano.
It does. I mean, there are certainly, like, Anytime, Brian McKnight. There's tons of, that's like a piano thing to do because all the notes are right next to each other. But did he explain how he wrote that, like, on the guitar?
He just, that was just something he came up with. He had an open tuning.
Wow.
And it's actually kind of awkward to play on the guitar.
Yeah.
That's the funny thing, is that it's not even like something that lays real easily on the guitar, but easy for him to play. It's kind of a thing that fits under his fingers.
Wow.
Christopher's a very good guitar player.
Wow. I mean, it sounds like he is,
Yeah.
literally. It's, I would have assumed that was written on the keyboard.
So I interviewed Michael Omartian, who produced that record, and Michael Omartian plays on all the Steely Dan records, or a lot of the Steely Dan records. He played on the song Asia, and he played on Ricky Don't Lose That Number. That's him. Yeah.
Oh my God. Up on the hill. Da, 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 da. This interview's gonna be like 3 hours long because I just get so excited by all
There's that one thing that happens in there.
That's not right. Oh my God. That's a jazz album. Oh my God, that's unbelievable.
Now, when they did that, so I interviewed him and Larry Carl, all the people that played the basic tracks of that. That's Larry Carlton on the guitar, Michael Omartian on the keyboard, Chuck Rainey on the bass, and Steve Gadd on the drums. Wow. So I interviewed all four of those guys separately, but they are on the song Asia. And they all have a different story about how the song went down.
I'm going to watch this video.
They did, but Michael Omartian said that they did 2 takes of the song because with the drum solo in there, they started laughing when Steve Gadd...
I'm going, because he's right here, and I'm watching his arms just flying all over the place, and Carlton is just like this, and we're just like, what the heck?
That was nuts.
Yeah. I also interviewed the guy that engineered it too.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Biggest job ever.
Yeah. But anyways, they all had different stories about that.
And they probably have a whole different idea of like they participated in the yacht rock sound too, technically.
All those guys did.
I mean, to answer your question before, I think I think it's rock music with jazz chords. I just think
that's pretty
plain and simple.
Yeah.
Make a wish, baby. Da, 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 da. Make a wish. It's like a low down, like Boz Scaggs. That's a kind of like a rock-ish beat. That's certainly the kit sounds like it could be that. Not me going through all my yacht rock sounds in my head, but like it seems to be there always seems to be like a caribou quip. What's he saying? Caribbean Queen. I thought he said caribou quip. I don't know what the caribou. The Breezin' George Benson.
George Benson. I interviewed George too. He told me that song, I think it's Bobby Womack tune, and he said that his producer Tony LaPuma was like, I think we should do Breezin'. George's like, I don't know about that. And then George came up, I think, with the intro of it and everything, and then they were like, oh, that's good. And then George loves playing that.
Yeah. I mean, I would be excited hearing that intro.
Now is George Benson yacht rock though? No.
I don't think so. I think it preceded it though.
Yeah.
I think there's a reason why a lot of the yacht rock, well, I guess when did that record come out?
1976.
76? Okay.
That's pretty much right in the right era. Although the things that people say are yacht rock are a little slightly after that, like 78 through the,
What's the Pina Colada song? like I don't even that people consider that to be a yacht rock
I don't
song,
think it's
but
yacht rock.
that's like so simple.
That is so simple. So wait, what was your thing? Jazz chord,
rock songs
rock
with
songs with jazz chords.
with chords
With a
that
certain percentage of jazz chords.
yeah, that like Bill Evans would play. I guess is Pretzel
Okay.
Logic a yacht rock album? Sort of, kind of.
Maybe.
It feels more like a rock album to me, but like when you listen to any major dude, the pre-chorus or the chorus, and the demon is at your door. Any major dude can tell you, but when you listen to FM, that's always played on the yacht rock channels way more than any major
Okay,
dude.
so I said to Michael Lombardi, he plays on Ricky Don't Lose That Number. He plays the piano part on there. And that tune, a lot of the Steely Dan stuff, they use all these add 9 chords there. It almost has like, almost like country music or like hymns.
Absolutely.
I think it sounds, and he's like, yes, you're right. Because they hadn't started using all those things that they use on the Asia record. They use some of them, like on Royal Scam, on some of the tunes, but even those songs, Kid Charlemagne, they don't have those kind of, F major 9 to the E, the E mu chord, the D G C over E.
Who
stuff
sings
like that?
That the America song?
America, yeah. It starts. That's the guitar part.
That
starts it.
That to me leans more folk than
That's folk.
yacht rocky, but
Yeah.
it's played on yacht rock
That's
channels.
weird. That it's only because it's from that time period. Okay, so what makes a song like this?
We don't talk anymore. We don't talk anymore. We don't talk anymore like we used to do. We don't laugh anymore. What was all of it for? Ooh, we don't talk anymore.
Really simple chords.
Like we used to do. I
Big
just
kick.
heard you found the one you've been looking for. I wish I would have known that wasn't me. 'Cause even after all this time I still wonder why I can't move on just the way you did so easily. Don't wanna know the kind of dress you're wearing tonight, if he's holding on to you so tight the way I did before. I overdrew, should've known your love was a game. Now I can't get you out of my brain. Oh, it's such a shame. We don't talk anymore. We don't talk anymore.
What makes this song have billions of plays, Charlie?
I mean, it comes from a human place. Lyrically,
It's the lyric, right?
It's derived from a very human place. The way I wrote that song was talking to my friend Miles, and he is now married to his wife Mina, but at the time they were dating and it wasn't going well. He was being a doofus, and they broke up, and I asked, do you talk to me anymore? He said, oh, we don't talk anymore. And it's kind of like a court
There we
gesture,
go.
in a court gesture way, because he's all crying at the wheel on Santa Monica Boulevard, and I'm like trying to cheer him up, like, we don't da 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 da, like a melody, da 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 da, don't cry, da 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 da. But then he was like, wait, that's actually, if you like stop being goofy. And then that kick just like, it's danceable. It like hits you in the face. It's a very dry record.
It's very dry.
In the little, like we used to do, there's a little noise. Wah, 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 wah. If you go to the bridge where, I don't think I've told people this. If you go to the bridge and it's like an instrumental bridge, and there's a bunch of gated reverb and delays on it and everything. That. The reverb that tails off after that, I grabbed it, and then if you play it, then. And then that became a motif, a sound motif in the entire song.
Charlie, when you do a breakdown section like this? How important are arrangement things like that?
They're everything.
And what about all the little background things that you're singing there?
They're everything.
They're everything. Is everything everything then?
Everything is everything.
Everything adds up, right? It's a mosaic.
You want to add things to your record where if you took them out, there is no record.
How do you know when you have too much?
You just have to feel it in your spirit. We Don't Talk Anymore originally had a beat like a on 1 and the 3. And then it felt so much better when it was just like 4 on the floor. That subtle change made the whole record.
That's a big change, actually.
Yeah, and if you take out all my little background vocals, I call them background vocals, invisible background vocals, then you just have a lead. But if you remember Oops, I Did It Again by Britney Spears, if you listen to that chorus, it's not just her singing. There's a whole choir that Max and everyone had frequently used on like Celine Dion records, but they lift the lead vocal. If you take it out, it just feels it's fine, but it's so much better when there's just like a subtle lift of the lead.
Are you adding those background things in kind of one at a time, that you have little ideas and things and you'd be like, let me do this here? Do you kind of vibe along with it and say, you know, it'd be cool if I had a part that went like this there? Kind of like you do on your TikToks.
That's exactly what I do.
Right.
And you know, the TikToks are kind of a glimpse into how I actually work. It's just kind of a go with the flow, see what's needed, subtract if it's not needed.
How long does it take to write a song like this?
The song came together, October 2015, and finished it December 2015. I remember because it was the night of the Soul Train Awards on BET, and it's the first time I saw Kenny Edmonds, aka Babyface, perform Whip Appeal. I'll never forget that. That was right when I finished it. Oh, and I was coming off a really gnarly high off of these THC cocoa beans.
Okay.
I was, I don't do those anymore, but I was like, thank God I got this record done. But every detail matters. Every little thing. But I almost like when the sounds are ambiguous. Like you can't really identify if you press play on the very beginning of the record and you hear that wah, 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 wah. That's nor a piano, a synth, a guitar. That's what is that? And then you listen to the bridge, and if you zoom in, you'll know that I took the tail end of that little line and just sidechained it, and that's it.
What does side chaining, for people that don't know what that means?
Basically volume. It's just automated volume. That's like a curve like this. And then more of like a line and then up is which is like you hear it in dance songs all the time. Like, you know, Levels, Avicii. The piano in Levels by Avicii without the side changes. But with the side change, like it's hard to do.
Hard to do side chain on this piano, on any piano.
On any piano, yeah, but it's just volume essentially.
And side chaining people use so they don't interfere with the beat, basically.
Makes room for the. I think I talked about this once, but I'm learning about everything every day. I think you know, you hear it in One More Time by Daft Punk. It just makes room for 32 hertz sub kick. It makes it so but it creates a sound illusion that it's all playing at the same time, but it's actually kick sound, but it's going by at 120 BPMs that it just kind of just feels like it's all one contained thing.
Where does it get down too low to where it interferes with a groove? What frequencies?
Well, it depends on what instrument. Like if it's the bass and the drum,
yeah,
or something.
Is there something where you feel like, yeah, once it gets down to anything below 30 hertz needs to be?
I don't think, if it feels good, it feels good. If it doesn't feel good, then obviously it's gonna seem weird. I remember working with, one of the first record producers I worked with was DJ Mustard back in 2014. I signed my deal and then I was really excited. They put me with Mustard. And we were making something for an artist and the 808s were not diatonic at all to what I think was an E minor, and it was a completely that seems to be like the nice boom 808.
Yep.
But like, of course, that sounds terrible there. But like, you
I like
can
the sound of it.
But like, if it were the 808, it'd be. And I was like, let's tune that to. And we looked at each other, and he looked at me, and he was like, it doesn't feel as good. Let's do it my way. And we ended up doing it his way.
Tell me about how you go in 2026. How do you promote your new record?
Oh, I do what I want now. There's no rules now. They said, do you want to come here? And I was like, absolutely, I want to come here.
But how do you do, like, what is a strategy? Like, how do records get broken now? I mean,
There's no more button you can just push, because there's no more gatekeepers anymore. The audience decides if it's going to be a song that resonates with millions of people or hundreds and thousands of people.
Is that good or bad?
I think it's great. I love it. It makes us all work a lot harder, and I would rather have a song that did pretty good and 10,000 people are showing up to Madison Square Garden versus having a #1 song and everyone knows the song, but people might not be familiar with who's singing it. I've had that happen before.
That people like, I didn't know that was you.
No, I mean, I'm about to go on my best-selling tour that I've ever gone on, and we don't have a #1 song yet. Maybe we will, but that's not like needed. It's a connection with your core fan base now. Like I care more about that. Of course, who doesn't want a hit? We'll have those. I've had plenty of those. I set out to make this album to learn more about myself and have my fans know more about me, because I've never really let them in to this extent before.
Well, I'm going to tell the joke here that it's not a joke, it's the truth, that when I told my kids I was interviewing you, they're like, finally you're interviewing someone famous.
That's ridiculous. You've interviewed legends.
I was like, what? They're like, yeah, famous to us. We don't know any of those other people.
Oh my
I mean,
goodness.
they do, but they're joking, but they're, you know.
But if those people were having dinner with you, I think they would find them pretty fascinating.
Oh, yeah. Okay, well, let me play one other thing here, Charlie. Yeah. Okay.
I am really enjoying this. This is
Charlie, you're awesome, man.
You're awesome. This is great.
I like that you go with anything.
I go with it because it's not really even about me. It's just about it's about music. It's about chords.
It is.
It makes me so happy.
You've been running around, throwing that dirt all on my name. Cause you knew that I'd call you up. You've been going around,
That's good.
It's good, right?
It is good.
in LA.
Come see the tour.
Cause you knew that I'd be at one. Oh, I know that dress is coming, perfume regret. You got me thinking about when you were mine. And now I'm all up on you, what you expect. But you're not coming home with me tonight. You just want attention, you don't want my heart.
Manny kick.
Baby, you just hate the thought of me with someone new. Yeah, you just want attention, I knew from the start. You're just making sure I'm never getting over you. You've been running around, throwing that
Same lyrics for the second verse.
Charlie, when the reverb stops right before the hook, you know,
But you're not coming home with me tonight. You just want attention.
how important are those things to have that? And then it goes to brings it right forward.
For that song, very important. I
Yeah.
wanted it to be like jarring.
Yeah.
I wanted it to. The most important thing and why I think that song resonated with the amount of people that it resonated with is because you know the pre-chorus before the pre-chorus even happens. Right. Because I know that dress is gonna be regret. So when it comes, it's like I feel like I've heard it before, and it's every 4 bars of this song there is something different happening. First 4 bars, and then vocals and the guitar, and then next 4 bars, there's like another sneaky guitar that you really can't hear, but it does something like a little different texture or something. every 4 bars there is something different in that record.
There's a puffiness to the kick that I think really works.
Because I'm literally going under
Is
the
that
kick.
is that you doing that?
Yes. Well, there's
That's layered with the kick.
layered with the whatever. I made the kick in Battery. Whatever the kick is, punchy. Manny did like clipped it and made it even grimier. But under it is a.
So you're literally making these sounds.
Yeah, I'm
and then
literally.
adding
It's
them
funny
to-
you said puff. I'm puffing.
Yeah, there's puffing. There's a puffiness to it. That little blast to me really gives it a lot of heft without being in your face.
If you take, it's too short. I didn't want to make a longer kick.
Yeah.
I didn't want the kick to be. I wanted it to be. So you're making it feel draggier, but not actually extending the sub. You're adding like 16K of air.
Well, Charlie, you're awesome. I really
you
appreciate
are
you doing
awesome.
this, man.
Thank
This
you.
is amazing. I like those. I like the extra chords and stuff too.
Come on the tour. You have to actually come to a show because we do.
I will.
And now I'm all up on you. But what you expect? All that shit.
It's amazing. Thank you so much.
Thank you.